Welcome back to week 6 of the Fairy Tale Crochet Along. This week we're working with the Pied Piper and Rapunzel.
In Hamlin town there was a plague of rats long time ago. There came a piper to the town who said he'd make them go.
Round 72 using color D. We're starting with a half double crochet in the 4th half double crochet from the corner chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We start with a half double crochet in the next 17 stitches for a total of 18 half double crochet to start. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So after our first 18 half double crochet, we will yarn over. We're going to place a half double crochet in the next stitch, but we want to secure the top of the dwarf hat. So in the second chain of that chain 3 at the top, finding the back bump, we'll insert our hook after we yarn over, then into the next stitch, pull it through and finish our half double crochet. And then half double crochet in each of the next 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, and 15 half double crochet. Then we've reached the next dwarf hat where we will secure that in the second chain, the back bump of the second chain at the top of the hat, as we work a half double crochet in the next stitch. So after this, you'll make another set of 15 half double crochet. So this is one repeat from the hat plus the 15 half doubles. You'll do that a total of 7 times down the side, and I'll meet you just before the corner. So after you've worked the 7th repeat, we will make 2 more half double crochet. 1 and 2, and that second one should be in the 3rd half double crochet before the corner. Chain 3, skip these last 2 stitches, and then in round 69, that's my red round here, between the stitches that are already there, and working in front of round 71, we're going to place 3 half double crochet in that corner space. 1, 2, and 3, and then chain 3 again. Then skipping these first 3 stitches back in round 71 after the corner, 1, 2, 3, and into that 4th half double crochet, we will start our row of half double crochet. So a half double crochet in there. So finishing up the final side of this round, we'll make that chain 3 and working down into round 69, those 3 half double crochet in round 69 corner, chain 3, and then we'll go ahead and join to our starting stitch to fasten off this round. You should have 138 stitches per side. That's 132 half double crochet, 2 chain 3 spaces, and the 3 half double crochet. Round 73 using color B. We will be making Rapunzel's tower in this round. So we're going to start in the 3rd half double crochet after the corner with a single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 4, 2, 3, 4 chains, skip 2 stitches, double crochet in the next stitch, skip a stitch but no chain, and double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 4, 2, 3, 4, skip 2 stitches, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 2, and then we're ready to start the repeat again with this double crochet in the next, no chain but skip a stitch and double crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 2 stitches, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 2, and ready to start again with that double crochet. So we've done 2 repeats. You're going to do that 3 more times, and we'll be at the center of the side, and I'll meet you there. So I've done the 5 repeats. We'll double crochet, so we'll skip those 2 stitches, double crochet in the next, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 2 stitches, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next. So this is the middle. Now we will chain 3, skip 3 stitches, and single crochet in that next stitch, and we'll put a stitch marker in that chain 3 space and move it up the next round to identify the middle of the side. So the single crochet is the start of the next repeat. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 2 stitches, double crochet in the next, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 2 stitches, and then ready to start the repeat again with that single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 4, skip 2, double crochet, skip 1, double crochet, chain 4, and skip 2. So we've done the repeat twice. You want to do that 4 more times, so it's a total of 6 times from our marker, and I'll meet you at that spot. So after the last repeat, that 6th repeat down the side, I've done the chain 4, we'll skip 2, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, we'll skip the last stitch, and single crochet in this chain 3 space. From there we will chain 10 loosely. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 loose chains. Then we're going to work in the back bumps of the chain, skipping the first one. In the second chain, the back bump will work single crochet. So it should be 9 single crochet coming back down this chain in the back bump of the chain. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and single crochet in that last one, so 9 single crochet. In the same chain 3 space, we're going to make 2 single crochet, Then we're going to turn our work. So this tower part we're going to turn so the back is facing us, but chain 3, nope. Okay, we're not going to work in these first or those last 2 chains that, or the last 2 single crochet we made, but starting in the last of the 9 single crochet on the tower, we'll single crochet in each of those 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then we'll turn our work back so the right side is facing, chain 3, which counts as the double crochet in that first single crochet, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then back down on round 72, we will skip these 3 half double crochet, and in that next chain 3 space we'll put 2 more singles, 1 and 2. Then we're going to turn our work to work on the back side again of the tower, skipping those single crochet we just made, those 2 single crochet. We're single crochet in the next 9 stitches. So the first 5 are the double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. And then in the chain 2, we want to work into the chain, not into the space. So we'll single crochet in each of those chains. So 1, 2, that gives us 7 single crochet. And then we need to single crochet in the next double and in that chain 3 that counts as a double crochet. So that was 9 single crochet. Chain 1, turn our work back again. This chain 1 is going to count as our first single crochet, and then we'll single crochet in the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 single crochet. And then we'll single crochet in this second chain 3 space where we already placed the 2 singles, chain 2, and then we're ready to begin the side again where we single crochet into that third half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 4, skip 2, double crochet, no chain, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 4, skip 2 stitches, etc. So you can continue to work that all the way around. When we get to the next corner, I'll do the tower one more time with you. So I'm at my second corner. I've done the chain 2 after that final single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So then we did the chain 2, single crochet in that chain 3 space. We'll work the 10 loose chains. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then working on the back side on those bumps, skipping the first chain, we'll work a single crochet in each back bump down those next 9 chains. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 9 single crochet. Then we'll place 2 singles in that same chain 3 space of the corner. Then skipping those 2 single crochet we just made, we'll single crochet back up in each of those 9 single crochet that we worked into that chain 10. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We'll turn our work back and chain 3, which counts as that double crochet in the first stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And skipping the 3 half double crochet into that next chain 3 space, we'll make 2 double crochet, or 2 single crochet rather. We'll skip, turn our work, skipping those 2 single crochet, we'll single crochet in the next 9. So starting with those 5 double crochet, 4, 5, and then working into the chains, not the chain space, single crochet in the 2 chains, and in the last double crochet and the chain 3, chain 1, which counts as our first single crochet, and single crochet back down those 8 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then ending off with a single crochet in the chain 3 space at the base of the tower, like so, to finish off our second corner. So you can continue around the rest of the way, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So when you've worked around all 4 sides and finished the last tower, after the single crochet in the chain 3 space and the chain 2, you just join to our starting stitch to fasten off this round. So the corners on this side, of course, are the towers. Each side will have 28 single crochet, 24 double crochet, 14 chain 1 spaces, 2 chain 2 spaces, 1 chain 3 space, and then 24 chain 4 spaces, for a total of 169 stitches on each side. Round 74, color J is suggested. You want to turn your work to the back side. We will be working wrong side for this round. We are going to start in any of the corner chain 2 spaces of round 71. So that was the last round of part 5. So it is my gray colored round here. We worked 73 last round, 72, so 71 in that unworked corner space, which from the right side would be behind the tower. So we're going to start with a double treble. So a double treble is yarn over 3 times and insert in that starting chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 times for a double treble. Chain 2, and we'll work another double treble, so wrap the yarn 3 times around the hook, back into that same corner space, pull up the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 times for 2 double trebles with a chain 2 in between. Then we will chain 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we'll work back up on round 73. So that's the round we just worked with the tower in the corner. We're going to be starting in the chain space, working the single crochet, in the chain 1 space, the single crochet, and the next space, which is a chain 4 space. So it's a double treble 5 together. So we'll wrap the yarn 3 times around the hook, and for each of these we're only going to pull through 2 3 times instead of 4, leaving loops on the hook. So 3 times wrapped around the hook, insert into that chain 2 space just past the tower in the corner, pull up your yarn. Yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2, and 3 times, leaving 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over 3 times, into the single crochet, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2, 3 times, 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over 3 times, into the chain 1 space, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times, 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over 3 times, into the next single crochet, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times, 4 partial double crochet treble, 4 partial double trebles worked, 5 loops on our hook, and the last one, wrap 3 times and into the chain 4 space, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times, 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, and we're going to chain 1 to close. So that's our first double treble 5 together. We'll chain 9 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that chain 1 we made to close does not count as a stitch. We worked 9 chains after that. So then we are going to be skipping all of the double crochets on the sides. So we're going to work another double treble 5 together. So we wrap the hook 3 times. We'll work in this next chain 4 space to start, pulling through 2, 3 times, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Into the single crochet for our second partial double treble, and into the chain 1 space for the third part. 4 loops on the hook. Into the next single crochet, making a partial double treble for 5 loops on the hook, and 1 more in this next chain 4 space, pulling up a loop, pulling through 2, 3 times for our 6 loops on our hook, pull through all 6, chain 1 to close. So we'll repeat that 4 more times with the chain 9 and these double treble 5 together in those stitches. So always skipping the double crochet and working into the next set of spaces and stitches. So you can do that 4 more times and I'll meet you there. Okay, so when you have finished those 5 repeats, you should have 6 of these skirts along the side, and we should be close to where our center marker is for the center of the side. So we will chain 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then work a double treble 5 together, skipping over those double crochet into that next chain 4 space. Oops. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now you may find, or I've found as I've been working this, that I want to push that first double treble close to the single crochet to keep the double treble 5 together all in the same close, to keep them close beside each other. So into the chain 1 space, we'll make the next leg of our double treble 5 together, into the single crochet, And then our last one are we going to put into this chain 3, the space that's in that middle of our side. So we'll have the 6 loops on our hook, then yarn over, pull through all 6 and chain 1. And again, if you wish, you can move that double treble closer to the others as well. This time we will chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of 9. And then we'll work another double treble 5 together, and the first part, or the first leg of it, is going to go back into that same chain 3 space that we worked the last leg of the previous double treble 5 together. Then you can move that marker now or at the end, but it will go up into that chain 5 space. So that's our first leg, and again I'm going to slide mine a bit closer into that single crochet and the chain 1 space. Oops. Try those again. So we'll make the double treble into the single crochet, into the chain 1 space, into the next single crochet, always wrapping 3 times around the hook, and the last part of this one into that next chain 4 space. Pull through and close with the chain 1. And we'll chain 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you'd be ready to start the double treble 5 together again, skipping over these double crochet, starting in the chain 4 space with the single crochet, chain 1, and the next chain 4 space. So we will work a double treble 5 together plus a chain 9 5 more times down the rest of this side, and I'll meet you after those 5 repeats. So as you have worked down this side, the 5th repeat, you'll have finished that with a chain 9. We will work one more double treble 5 together in this next chain 4 space. In the single crochet, in the chain 1 space, in the next single crochet, and the last part in that chain 2 space just before the tower or the corner. Pull through all 6 loops, chain 1. Okay, then we will chain 9 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and ready for our corner down on round 71, which is on the wrong side here in front of the tower. Double treble in that corner chain 2 space of round 71, chain 2, and another double treble in that same space, and ready to begin the sides again with the chain 9 and working those double treble 5 together all the way around. So you can go ahead and work this to the end, and I'll meet you when we're finished this round. So when you've completed your final side, you will just attach after that last chain 9 to our starting double treble and fasten off. There should be 14 of these double treble 5 togethers on each side, with the 14 chain 9 spaces, 1 chain 5 space, the 2 double trebles in the corner with the chain 2 in between. And our right side of the work should look something like this. Round 75, using K, We are going to be working on the right side of our work again, so make sure you have right side facing. We're going to start behind the tower, so we'll just fold that to the front, and we are going to work our stitches behind the stitches of round 74, and we'll be working around those double crochet that we skipped last round as well. So we're going to start in this round 71 chain 2 corners space. We're going to work double trebles. We want to place the double trebles on either side of the double treble we worked there last round. So folding the tower to the front, and I'm going to fold those double trebles to the front from last round, inserting into that chain 2 space. After we've yarned over 3 times, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 times, and chain 4, 2, 3, 4, 3 yarn overs again, and on the other side of those 2 double treble that are already in that space, we will work another double treble to start our round 75. So last round we made the skirts for the little girls in the town, and to this round we are going to be making the trousers of the boys. Chain 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to make a cluster of 2 front post trebles around each of the next 2 double crochet. So we'll yarn over twice. We'll find these double crochet on round 73, and we're going to be working behind round 74. Just get mine untwisted. So 2 yarn over. So we'll insert our hook around that post from the front to the back out to the front again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over 2 times again, insert from the front around the back to the front around that same post, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 3 loops on our hook, pull through all 3 loops to finish the front post treble cluster. Then we want to make a second front post treble cluster around the next double crochet. So pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 on the hook, yarn over twice around the post again, pulling up the loop, pull through 2 twice, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, and that's our 2 trouser legs. Then we will chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll make another cluster, 2 front post treble around those double crochet. So we're always working behind round 74. As you can see, I've sort of folded mine to the front as I work around those double crochet. So 1 front post treble, 2 front post treble, pull through 3 or partial trebles, and work that again around the next double crochet, pulling through twice on each of these trebles, leaving the last loop on the hook, and then pulling through all 3, and chain 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can go ahead and repeat those 2 clusters in chain 9 a total of 5 times down the row. We will make, after the 5th time, we will make the front post treble clusters around each of those 2 double crochet, which should be the last set before these 2 skirts in the middle of the side. So we will chain 15 this time. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then starting on the other side of those 2 center skirts, working behind last round, making those 2 front post treble clusters around each of the double crochet. One, and here's my second cluster. And then chain 9, and we'll do that 5 times down this side as well. So you can go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the end of those 5 repeats. So after this 5th repeat on the side in the chain 9, you will work another set of those 2 front post treble clusters right before the corner, and instead of chain 9, we're going to chain 12, and then we're ready to work those double trebles. So yarn over 3 times behind the tower on either side of the double treble, already in that corner of round 71. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain, and work the second double treble on the other side of the double trebles already there. And then ready to work down the next side, starting with the chain 12, and then working those front post treble clusters behind the previous round and around those skipped double crochets. So you can go ahead and work that series all the way around the sides, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So when we finish the final side, you will chain 12 and join to our starting double treble to finish off this round. So when we put our last 2 rounds out straight, we should be able to see the skirts and the trousers neatly lining each side. This round will have a total of the 24 2 front post treble clusters, 10 chain 9 spaces, 2 chain 12 spaces, 1 chain 15 space with the 2 double treble and the chain 4 in the corner. Round 76 using color F. We are going to be working on the wrong side of our work again, so make sure that you have the wrong side facing you to begin this round. We will be working into the skipped stitches of round 72. So that's the first round of this part 6 in the skipped half double crochet stitches that we will work. We want to start in the first skipped half double crochet just after the corner. That's 1 half double crochet by itself just after the corner. Now just a reminder, we're working on the wrong side, so the part of the stitch that we insert our hook is over on this side. So here's the post or the stem of the stitch, and our stitch that we work into is just past that. We're used to working it in front when we're working on the right side, so just a reminder that it looks a bit different. So we're going to place 2 half double crochet in this first skipped half double crochet of round 72 just past the corner tower. So 1 and 2 half double crochet in that first skip stitch. Chain 1. We will make a half double crochet in this next half double crochet. It's a single one, chain 1, and then a half double crochet in each of the next 2 skipped half. So we will repeat that with the chain 1 12 times down the row. So we've done 1. Second time is in that single half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet in each of the 2 half double crochet, chain 1. So we've done twice. You can do that 10 more times, and I'll meet you at that point. Okay, so I've done the 12 repeats. We should be very close to the middle of the side of the blanket. We will place a half double crochet in that single missed stitch, chain 1, and then we have the 3 skip stitches in the middle of our side of the blanket, so we will half double crochet in these 3 skip stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1. And then we'll make 12 times again of the half double crochet in 1, half double crochet in the next 2 with the chain 1s in between the sets of half double crochet. So you can continue that, and I'll meet you after that 12th repeat just before the next corner. Okay, so I finished my 12th repeat just before that next corner. We'll have made the chain 1, so there should be a single half double crochet yet. We will place a half double crochet, chain 1, and then in this last stitch here, or the next stitch, we're going to place 2 half double crochet and skip the last one that's in the corner there. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we want to come up to round 75, so that's the previous round where we worked these 2 double trebles with the chain 4 in between. We'll make a front post single around that first double treble. So insert around the post, pull up your loop, yarn over, and pull through for the front post single. Chain 1, and then front post single around that second double treble of round 75, and make a chain 3. Okay, so for our corner after that, 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, chain 3, front post single around the first double treble, chain 1, front post single around the second double treble, chain 3, and then we're ready to start working down the side again. Remembering in that first stitch we want to place 2 half double crochet, chain 1, and then we'll start our repeat of half double crochet in the 1, half double crochet in each of the next 2 with chain 1 in between the sets of half double crochet. So you can continue to work down the side, remembering when we get to the middle where we have those 3 half double crochet that were skipped, that we make 1 in each of those skip stitches. So you work around the rest of the sides, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So each side should have a total of 81 half double crochet, 2 of those front post single crochet, 52 chain 1 spaces, 2 chain 3 spaces. And the corner has that chain 1 as well. So it's 141 stitches per side. So when we turn this back over to the right side, you will just see a hint of green peeping out in those skip stitches from the front. Round 77, using color C, we are working from the right side again, so make sure you have right side facing. We will be working into the chain spaces that we just worked last round in between the half double crochet, but working in front of our previous rounds. To start, we want to start in this round 74 chain 2 corner space. So that's the same round where we made the skirts for the girls. So in that chain 2 space, but we want to insert our hook under the chain 4 space of round 75 as well. And we'll make a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in those 2 corner spaces at the same time. Then we will chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to work a puff stitch between those first 2 half double crochet we made that are in that same stitch. We want to push them to the front. We're working in front of the chain spaces of 73, 74, and 75. So you might want to push those to the front. Now it's a tip puff stitch, so we're going to yarn over, insert your hook in that space between the half double crochet, and pull up a loop, and we want to just stretch it up a little bit higher. We'll do that twice more. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, and pull up a loop. We'll yarn over, pull through all the loops except for the last one, yarn over, and pull through the last two. So that's a tip puff stitch in between the two half double crochet made in the same stitch, working in front of the previous rounds. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll skip this half double crochet, and then working between the space between the next two half double crochet, we'll work another tip puff stitch. So always pulling that to the front, so we're working in front of all the chain spaces of the previous rounds. Yarn over, pull up a longer loop, and twice more. Yarn over, pull the loop up, yarn over, pull the loop up, yarn over, pull through all loops except for the last one, yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 5. So we have done 2 repeats. You want to do that 11 more times for a total of 13 times, and I will meet you when we get to that spot. So when we've done that repeat a total of 13 times, we should be at this middle part of our side. We are going to work a tip puff stitch between these first 2 half double crochet, a chain 1, and then another tip puff stitch. So working the first tip puff between the first and second of that group of 3 half double crochet, chain 1, and then between the second and third half double crochet, another tip puff stitch. And then we will start our side again with the chain 5 and skipping that 1 half double crochet, working between the next 2 in front of the spaces, chains from previous rounds. We'll work a tip puff, and continue that for a total of 13 repeats down the rest of the side, and I'll meet you just before the corner. So I've done my 12 repeats just before the corner. Remember, those last 2 half double crochet we need to pull to the front a bit in front of the chain space of round 73, and working between the 2 half double crochet, work that last tip puff stitch, chain 5, and then ready for our corner again, which is behind the tower under both the chain 2 and the chain 4 spaces between the double trebles, and work single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. I'm ready to start the side again with the chain 5 and pulling those 2 half double crochet in the same stitch to the front to work our first puff stitch. And then we'll continue down the side as we did the first side. Okay, so you can go around and work that through all 4 sides, and again I'll meet you at the end of this round. At the end of the round, you'll attach the last chain 5 to our starting single crochet to finish off. There should be 28 tip puff stitches on each side, 28 chain 5 spaces, 2 single crochet, 1 chain 1 space, and then the corner has that chain 2 as well. Round 78, using color D again, we will start in the corner. We want to first identify or be very aware of our colors for some of the different rows. Round 77 that we just finished, my red row, and then 76 we need to remember is the one we did on the back side. So that's my green row where we made those single crochets. And then of course our rounds 75 and 74. So we want to pull that chain 1 space of round 76, still working behind the tower, but we want to pull it to the front between our other 3 rows that are worked in the corner as well. We're going to start with a half double crochet in that corner space of round 76. So half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet, and then chain 3. We want to place a half double crochet enclosing all 3 of the chain spaces of round 74, 75, and 77 just before that first tip puff stitch. So we'll work a half double crochet, oops, I already have a yarn over, around all 3 of those chains. Try and get my extra tails out of the way here so you can see that a bit better. And then we're going to work a front post double crochet around this tip puff. So we yarn over, insert from the front around the back of the puff out to the front again, pull a loop up, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2 to finish that front post double crochet around the tip puff stitch. And then we'll half double crochet in the chain space of all 3 rounds again, just past that tip puff stitch. Chain 2. Okay, and we'll repeat that 12 more times. So going on the other side of our skirt, we'll make a half double crochet under all of those chains, front post double around the tip puff, half double crochet under all of those chains again. Chain 2. So that's 2 full repeats. You want to make a total of 13 repeats, and I'll meet you at the end of that. So after the 13 repeats, we should be just before this middle 2 sets of those tip puff stitches. So we want to work that half double crochet in those chain spaces, all 3 of those chain spaces, as we have been doing, front post double around the tip puff stitch. Then we want to work in between the 2 tip puff stitches and under those other chains as well with a half double crochet, another front post double around that next tip puff, and then on the other side of that puff under all 3 of the chains, work another half double crochet. And then we'll continue with the chain 2, and then we'll work 13 times again with that half double crochet under the chains, front post double around the tip puff, half double crochet under all 3 of the chains, chain 2. So past the middle set there, you will work 13 more of those repeats, and I'll meet you just before our next corner. So once you've worked the 13 repeats past the middle part of the side, we'll have finished with the chain 2. We want to add 1 more chain, so it's a total of chain 3. And then working into that corner space again of round 76, we will work that half double crochet, chain 2. Oops. So there's my half double crochet, chain 2, and another half double crochet in that chain 1 corner space behind the tower, but in front of the double trebles, and chain 3. And then we're ready to work down the sides again, working in a half double crochet to start in those chain spaces, then the front post double, half double crochet, chain 2, and so on. So you can go ahead and work that around all 4 sides, and I will meet you back here at the end of this round. So I'm working on my final side here, just finishing up my last set. But this applies to all of the sides. As you're working, particularly I found just past the skirt part, you want to be careful that your hook inserts just under the chains and doesn't get this last part of the skirt. Depending on how your stitches have shifted and stuff, that one can sometimes appear to be the chain, and you can accidentally work under that. So you might want to double check those to make sure your half double crochet is just in the chain spaces. And then a front post double crochet around that tip puff, half double crochet in those last chains just past the last tip puff, chain 2 plus the 1 extra chain, and then we can go ahead and join to our starting half double crochet, but you don't want to fasten off this round. We're going to continue with this color. So go ahead and join, and then I'll meet you back here for the next round. And each side will have a total of 59 half double crochet, 28 front post double crochet, 26 chain 2 spaces, 2 of those chain 3 spaces for a total of 149 stitches, and then that chain 2 in the corner. Round 79, continuing from where we left off with the same color, we'll slip stitch into that chain 2 corner space. Our corners will be worked with a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. For this very first corner, the first single crochet will be replaced by a chain 1. So that chain 1 acts as a single crochet. Chain 2, and then single crochet back into that same corner space. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chains. We're going to skip the half double crochet that we made in the corner and the chain 3 space. We're going to double crochet then in the next 4 stitches. So that's the half double crochet in that double crochet in that next half double crochet, and in the front post double crochet we make a double crochet, the half double crochet, and in this first chain of the chain 2 we will make a double crochet as well. So 4 double crochet, chain 1, we'll skip that second chain, and continuing those 4 double crochet, we'll repeat that another 12 times. So we work the double crochet in the half double crochet, in the front post double, in the next half, and in the first chain of the chain 2. So just a reminder, that's in the chain, not into the chain 2 space. There we go. Chain 1. So continue working that for 11 more times, and I'll meet you when we get to that spot. So after the 13 repeats, we're going to double crochet in the next 6 stitches then that are across that middle section of the blanket. So in the half double, in the front post double, in the next half, in the next front post double, and in that last half double crochet of that middle set of 6 stitches. And then we need to work a double crochet in that first chain again of the chain 2 just after that. Chain 1, skip that second chain, and then we'll work 13 times double crochet in those next 4 stitches as we did before this middle section. So it'll be in that half double crochet, in the front post double, in the next half double crochet, and then in that first chain of the chain 2 and chain 1. So you can work that a total of 13 times, and I'll meet you just before the next corner. So our last repeat just before the corner, you will have worked that first chain of the chain 1 space. You'll have made a chain 1 after the 4 double crochet, and we want to chain 4 more. So it's a total of 5 chain after that last double crochet. And then we're ready to work in the corner, chain 2 space, a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then make that chain 5, 4 and 5, and then working in this first half double past the corner, we'll start our sets of 4 double crochet, chain 1 down the side, making those 6 double crochet in the middle of the side. So you can go ahead and finish the remaining 3 sides, and I'll meet you just at the end of this round. So at the end of the last side, we will just join to that starting chain 1 in the first corner to finish off this side, and you can fasten off this time. Each side will have a total of 2 single crochet, the 110 double crochet, 26 chain 1 spaces, 2 chain 5 spaces for a total of 148 stitches with that chain 2 in the corner. 80, starting with color G, we want to start behind any of the corners, and we're going to work into the corner space of last round, round 79, and into the corner space of round 77. So that's my red round, the round that we made those puff stitches. So through under both of those chain 2 spaces, and we will work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Then we'll make a chain 2, and in round 78, so that's the first round of this color, we're going to work in front of the round 79. We're going to make a cluster of 2 double crochet, chain 1 2 times. So pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, chain 1. We'll do that another time. And we'll make one more of that cluster, the 2 double crochet cluster in that same space. So 3 of the 2 double crochet cluster divided by a chain 1. Then we'll make a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to work a 5 double crochet popcorn in this chain 1, or that closing chain at the top of our 5 double treble together, or the first skirt. So in that closing chain and the chain 2 space of round 28, so round, or 78, I mean, that's the first round of this color here. Remember, we worked 78 and 79 using the same color, so the first chain space and working in front of 79. So we'll make a double crochet popcorn, so 5 double crochet worked into those spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remove the loop from our hook, insert in the first double crochet, find that starting loop and pull it back through, close with the chain 1. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch, it's just the closing part of the popcorn. So these popcorns are making the bodies of the children. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to popcorn in the second cluster of these 2 front post trebles of round 75, so the trousers of the boys. So in the second cluster and in that chain 2 space of round 78 as well. So we will make another 5 double crochet popcorn. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take the loop off the hook, insert in the first double crochet, pull that loop back through that first double crochet, chain 1 to close. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll work that a total of 6 times, working 1 popcorn into the skirt, 1 popcorn into the second leg of the trousers, with chain 4 in between. So finding that closing chain at the top, so this would be where we pulled through all 6 loops, so the closing chain is above that. Mine sort of twisted. Yes, and we worked it from the wrong side, so you'll sort of be seeing the back of the chain. So we'll insert into that chain and the chain 2 of round 78. But we'll be making a 5 double crochet popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remove the loop from the hook, insert in the first double crochet, pull through, chain 1 to close, chain 4, and work another popcorn in the second of those front post treble and under that same, or that round 78 chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remove the loop, close up that popcorn and chain 1, then chain 4. So you'll do that a total, those 2 popcorns with the chain 4, a total of 4 more times for 6, and I'll meet you at that spot. So after the 6th repeat, we should have met the one that's in the center of the side. So we will work the popcorn in the closing chain at the top of that, 5 double treble together, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Finish the popcorn, chain 1, and then we'll chain 6 on this one. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we'll start working our popcorn, chain 4 in the next skirt, popcorn in the trouser, chain 4, repeating those 2 popcorn down the side 6 more times until we get to the corner, and I'll meet you just before the corner. So when you have finished your 6th repeat, we will be left with the 1 skirt here, so we're going to put that popcorn in the top of this last skirt, or the last girl on the side here. So we'll work a popcorn, close it, and we will still chain, but it's going to chain 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to work into round 78. So this first chain just before the corner, and round 78, we are going to work those 2 double crochet clusters. So 2 partial double crochet, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops, chain 1, make another of that 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1, and 1 more cluster, all in that same chain space from round 78, just before the corner. Chain 2, and then we're ready to work our corner, remembering we're working into 79 and 77 to make that single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then start the side over again. So you could go ahead and work that all the way around all 4 sides, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So when you've worked your way all around, you should have 24 of these popcorns on each side, 4 chain 1 spaces, 2 chain 2 spaces, and then those 24 chain 4 spaces in between, and in the middle of the side there's that 1 chain 6 space. And those 2 sets of the 3 clusters in each set on either side of the corner, your single crochet, chain 2 in the corner. So you can go ahead and join to our starting single crochet and finish off this round. Round 81, working with color E, we're going to start in the chain 2 corner space with a puff stitch. So I've started with a slip stitch. I'm going to pull that loop a little bit longer, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on our hook. We'll do that 4 more times. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. So a puff stitch with 5 yarn overs. We should have 11 loops on our hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. You'll pull yarn over, pull all the way through, and close with a chain 1. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and that's our starting puff 5. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to work a back post single crochet around this first cluster stitch. So going from the back around to the front, back out to the back, pull the yarn through, and finish single crochet for the back post single crochet. We'll work another back post single, and 1 more back post single around that last cluster. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Next, we are going to be making a single crochet in this front post double crochet of round 78. There's already a double crochet in that stitch, and we're going to work over this chain as well. So we want to insert our hook from between round 79, between the second and the third double crochet. We're going to pick up that chain, insert into that front post double, and sort of pull that chain through to the back as well, finishing a single crochet on the back side. So when I fold it to the front again, you can see my pink color peeking through and closing the chain worked into this front post double and between the second and third double crochet. Then we will chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to make a puff 4 stitch in this next popcorn. So we yarn over for our puff. We want to insert through that eye or the center of the popcorn through to the back. We also want to pick up this chain 1 space from round 79 as we work our puff. So that's 1, so it's a puff 4, 2, 3, and 4 times. We yarned over, pulled up a loop. We have 9 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, closing with a chain 1. Okay, so these puff stitches are making the heads on the children. Then we'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, then we're going to be working that single crochet from the back again. So in round 79 through those two, the second and the third double crochet, picking up or working over that chain 4 space, insert your hook down into the front post double, through to the back, and finish a single crochet on that back side again. Chain 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do that 11 more times. So starting with the puff 4 in a popcorn, chain 5, that single crochet in that front post double, working from behind, chain 5. So we've done that once. I'll do one more of those with you. So a puff 4 in this next popcorn, in the center of the popcorn and under the chain of round 79. Oops, we'll try that one more time. We need to yarn over first, and then insert into that popcorn, pull up our first loop. 3 more times. That's 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1 to close, and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from behind through the second and third double crochet, making sure we work over that chain down into the front post double, pull the hook around to the back, pull up your loop, and finish the single crochet, chain 5. So you can work that 10 more times, and I will meet you at that spot then. So after our 12 puff stitches, we should be at those center 2 of the side. So we're going to work the puff 4 in that next popcorn stitch and closing the chain behind. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, chain 1 to close. And then we will chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to insert our hook. This time we have those 6 double crochet, so we want to insert between the 3rd and the 4th, picking up that chain 6 and then going into that half double crochet in the middle of that set to finish our single crochet. Chain 6, 4, 5, and 6 chain, and then a puff 4 in this next popcorn. 1, 2, 3, and 4, pulling through all 9 loops, chain 1 to close, and chain 5. 3, 4, 5. And then we're ready to work 12 repeats, starting with that single crochet over the chain into that front post double, chain 5, and the puff 4 in the next popcorn, chain 5. So you can work that 12 times down the side, and I'll meet you at the corner. So after the 12th repeat and your chain 5, you will make 1 more puff stitch in the next popcorn with the chain 5 at the end as well. And we'll work between this next set of 4 between the 2nd and 3rd, making that single crochet in that front post double. And this time we'll chain 3, 2, and 3. And then we want to work a back post single crochet around each of the next 3 of those clusters, skipping the chain 1 in between. So back post single around the 3 clusters, chain 3, and then we're ready to begin our corner again. With that puff 5 stitch. So we'll yarn over, insert in the corner 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull through all 11 loops, chain 1 to close. Chain 3. Then we'll work those 3 back post single, chain 3, and then ready to begin our repeats down the next side. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So on your final side and final repeat, you will just join to our starting puff stitch to finish off this round. Each side will have a total of 6 back post single crochet, 26 puff 4 stitches, 27 single crochet, 4 chain 3 spaces, 52 chain 5 spaces, and 2 chain 6 spaces at that puff 5 in the corner. Round 82 using color A. This round we're going to be making the hair on the Hamelin children and Rapunzel's long braid. So we're going to start in the first single crochet past the puff 5 in the corner. And we will make a single crochet in that back post single crochet. And we will single crochet in each of those next 2 back post single crochet. And then chain 2, and then working down into round 79. So that's my sort of multicolored round here, where we made those 4 double crochet in between the bodies of the children. So in this first set of 4 double crochet of round 79, we're going to skip the first 3 stitches and single crochet in that 4th double crochet. We're going to single crochet in that chain 1 ahead of the puff stitch that we made last round. Single crochet in the puff 4, so that's not the chain 1 of the puff 4, but in that last pull through. Single crochet, and then single crochet, I don't know what it is. Chain 2, single crochet in that closing, not the chain 1, but in that last pull through of the puff stitch. Chain 2, and single crochet in that chain 1 space of round 79 before the double crochet, but after the puff stitch that is there. We're going to skip the next, or that first double crochet, single crochet in that second double crochet, chain 2. We'll skip these last 2 double crochet and then single crochet in that chain 1 space again before the puff. Chain 2, single crochet in that puff 4 and that last pull through, chain 2, and single crochet back in that chain 1 space just after the puff before where the double crochet are. Chain 2, and we're going to skip the 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and then start our repeat again. So we single crochet in that last double crochet before the puff, single crochet in the chain 1 space before the puff, chain 2, single crochet in that closing pull through, not the chain 1 but the closing pull through, chain 2, single crochet in that chain 1 space just after the puff and before those double crochet. We'll skip that first double crochet, single crochet in that next, chain 2, skip those last 2, single crochet in the space before the puff, chain 2, single crochet in the puff, chain 2, single crochet in that chain 1 space just after the puff, chain 2, and skip those 3 double crochet, ready to start with the single crochet in that last double and work the repeat. So we've worked the repeat twice, where we work the hair on the girl and the hair on the boy is 1 repeat. So we've done that twice. You want to do that a total of 6 times. Then I'll meet you at that spot of the side. So as you're working your way down the side, some of you, if you're like me, could possibly get a little bit confused when you do the extra single crochet or where you have the chain 2 spaces between the 2 children. So I found it helpful to remember that when we're working on the girl, we have that single crochet in that last double crochet and immediately at the single crochet in the chain 1 space before the puff stitch, and then right after the puff stitch we have that single crochet in the chain 1 space and the single crochet in that second double crochet. So on either side of the girl is the 2 single crochet in a row, which will make her to have the longer hairstyle, whereas when we're working around the boy, we just have that 1 single crochet before and after the puff. So if you are getting that a little bit mixed up, that may be helpful for you to keep the repeat straight. So when we have completed our 6 repeats on this first side, we will be at the spot where we have the 2 girls in the center of the side. So after we've done the chain 2, we will skip those first 3 double crochet and work a double crochet into the last double crochet before the girl, single crochet in that chain 1 space, chain 2, single crochet in the top of the puff 4, chain 2, single crochet in that chain 1 space just after the puff, skip that first double crochet, single crochet in the next, we'll chain 3, skip the 3 double crochet, and we'll single crochet in that last double crochet before the next girl, we'll single crochet in that chain 1 before the girl, chain 2, and ready to start So that's the start of our first repeat down this side. So we'll do those same repeats as we did working the sets of single crochet and chain 2 for the girl and the boy. We'll do that 6 times down towards the next corner, and I'll meet you just before the corner. So then as we've worked down the side and we've reached our 6th repeat, you will continue to work where you skip the 3 double crochet, single crochet in that last double crochet, single crochet in the chain 1 before the puff, chain 2, single crochet in the top of the puff, chain 2, single crochet in the chain 1 space on the other side of the puff, skip 1 double crochet and double crochet in the next, and chain 2, which should take us to just before those back post single, and we're going to single crochet in each of the 3 back post single crochet. And so we've reached that corner puff 5 stitch, and this is where we're going to make the long braid for Rapunzel's hair. So we'll chain 2, and then we'll remove our hook from the loop, or the working loop. We want to pull that loop to the front through the window of the tower. As well, we want to pull some of that working yarn to the front to use. So now we're going to single crochet. We're going to work in this lower right corner of the window. So you can see our box of the window here. So right in this lower right corner, we want to single crochet through there and kind of through that window, insert your hook through that chain 2 from there. So to pull that to the front and make that single crochet like so. Chain 21 loosely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 and 21 chains. Then working on the back bump of each of the chain, we'll skip the first back bump, working into the second back bump. We are going to make 2 single crochet in each of those back bumps. So that's why we want to go loosely, so we have the space or the room to fit 2 single crochet in the back of each of the back bump after skipping the first one. So it should be 19 times that we make 2 single crochet, which will be a total of 38 single crochet. And as you're working this, you will find that it starts to curl around, and that is the effect we want. You may have to keep pulling your working yarn a little bit from the back to the front. So I'm just working my final 2 single crochet in that 19th back bump, and you can see how it has curled up. We're going to skip that last back bump. So when you have worked the 2 single crochet in each of the 19 back bumps on the chain, it should work something like this. We will chain 2, and then looking at the top of the window of the tower, this double crochet that goes across, we want to single crochet in that double crochet or around that double crochet, and then we're going to make a puff stitch or a front post single around this puff 5. So we want to keep our working yarn over to the side. So we'll pull that puff to the front of the window, enter the hook from the chain and around the back of the puff and out in front of the other chain, pull that yarn to the front and complete a front post single crochet around that puff 5. And then we want to work a single crochet around that same double crochet at the top of the window. Chain 2, and then we want to work into this double crochet that's at the bottom corner of the window. So double crochet, and we want to make sure that we're picking up or enclosing that chain 2 as well. So you might need to pull a bit more working yarn out, pull the yarn through that chain and the stitch to make a single crochet there. So that puff likes to keep slipping to the back. So now we want to remove our hook, pull that working yarn back to the other side and push the loop back to the far side of our work. And there you can see the puff to the front for Rapunzel and her hair at the front of the tower. Then on the back side of that tower again, you can get the loop back on your hook and chain 2. 1 and 2. And then we are going to be ready to start the side again. So we will single crochet in those 3 back post single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, and then ready to start our repeat of making the hair around the children. So single crochet in that last of the first 4 double crochet, and in that chain 1 space, chain 2 on the top of the puff, single crochet, chain 2, and continue to work down the side. So you can work around all 4 sides, and I will meet you at the end of this round. So once you've worked all 4 sides, you will join to our beginning stitch in the back, and you can tie a piece of red ribbon around the top of the braid if you wish, and then pull the end of the braid or the far tip through the bow at the top of Snow White from the previous part. If it seems a bit insecure or slippery, you can go ahead and attach that in back so it doesn't slide out. And that is Rapunzel's hair. Round 83 using color D. We are going to be starting in the chain 3 space of round 81 just after any of the puff 5. Working in front of last round 82, we will make 2 treble in that chain space of 81 just after the puff in the corner. So 1 treble and 2 treble in that chain 3 space. And then just behind in the chain 2 space of last round, we want to make 3 treble crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And then in each of these 3 single crochet that are worked into the back post single, we will place a half double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3, a half double crochet, 1 half double crochet in each of those 3 single crochet. Then down on round 79, so that's the matching color round, down here in those skipped double crochet. The first one is quite hidden, so you might want to sort of push that through to the front to find the top of that first double crochet. But we will work a treble in each of those 3 skipped double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3 treble. And we were working in front of that chain 2 space from round 82. So working behind, we want to make a single crochet in that chain 5 space of round 81. we want to front post single crochet around the 2 chain 5 behind the puff 4. So we go in from the front, around the back, out to the front again of those chain 5 to make a front post single crochet. And then single crochet in that chain 5 space just past that. So working in front of the chain 2 space of round 82, we are going to make a treble crochet in those 2 skipped double crochet of round 79. So single crochet in that chain 5 space, front post single, going in the first chain and out the second chain, and single crochet in that same chain 5 space. When working the treble crochet just after the boy, we had skipped 3 double crochets in there. The first one is quite hidden. It's the ones that we can see easily, numbers 2 and 3 of those 4 double crochet that will work a treble into. Okay, so we've done 2 repeats of the single in the chain, front post single, single in the chain after, and the 2 trebles in those skipped 2 doubles. So we're going to do that a total of 12 times, so repeat it 10 more times, and I'll meet you here at the end of that. And single crochet in the space, front post single around those chains, single crochet in the space. So we have made it to the center of the side where we have the 2 girls together. Worked the single crochet in the space, the front post single, and the single crochet in the after, or just after that, in the space just after the girl. We will treble in the next 3 skipped double crochet, the ones we can easily see here. 1, 2, and 3 treble. Worked in front of the chain 2 space. Then we'll work that single crochet in that chain 5 space again. Front post single around in those 2 spaces on either side. And single crochet in that next chain. And treble crochet in those 2 skipped stitches. And we'll repeat that 11 more times down the side, and I'll meet you at the next corner. So when you have finished those 12 repeats down the last part of the side, you'll have reached the last girl. So you will work the same way, single crochet in the space, the front post single using both the spaces, and single crochet in the second space. Then we'll treble in those next 2 skipped double crochet. We want to work a treble in the first chain stitch of the chain 5. So in round 79, we have worked these 2 trebles in the 2 double. In that very first chain, just past those doubles, we want to work in front of the other rows and not into the chain space, but into the chain. We will place a 3rd treble. And then half double crochet in the 3 single crochet. The first one might be slightly hidden. 1, 2, 2 and 3, and then in this chain 2 space just after those single we will work 3 treble, 1, 2 and 3 treble. So working in front, and in that chain 5 space we'll make those 2 treble crochets. So we did 3 trebles in the chain space of round 82, and then 2 trebles in front in the chain space of round 81. Chain 2, ready to start our side again on the other side of the corner, making those 2 treble in that chain space of round 81, and then 3 treble in the chain space of round 82. And then we're ready to start the side again where we're working the half double crochet in each of those 3 single crochet. And then a treble crochet in each of these 3 skipped double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. And then ready to work the repeat of the single crochet in that chain 5 space, the front post single and the single crochet, and then coming in front and working the trebles in those 2 skipped doubles. Okay, so continue to work that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So when you've worked your way all the way around, finished up the last side, you can go ahead and join to our starting stitch. We do not want to cut our yarn though, so do not fasten off. Each side should have a total of 64 treble, 6 half double crochet, 52 singles, 26 front post single crochet for 148 stitches with a chain 2 space in the corner. So round 84, we're going to continue with color D right where we left off. The instructions say to single crochet in this first treble crochet. So for this very first side, we will make a chain 1, which acts as that first single crochet in that first treble. Single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, but we want to include the back loop of the chain 1 on the upper left hand corner of the tower. So that back loop, and then enter into that next stitch to complete our single crochet. And then we'll work a single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches as well. Half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5, So we're going to half double crochet in this next treble. We want to make sure our hook goes under that chain 5, so it's that pink color that we did the puff stitches, to include in that half double crochet. We'll half double crochet in the next 3 stitches, so that'll be the single crochet that was placed in that same chain 5 space, the front post single, and the single crochet. So we work a half double crochet in each of those 3 stitches. Then we want to half double crochet in this next treble, making sure our hook goes under that chain 5 as well. Half double crochet in this next treble, including that chain 5 space. Okay, so we're going to continue to repeat that down the side. So that's a half double crochet in 3 stitches. That's that single crochet that was worked into that chain 5, half double crochet into the front post single, and half double crochet in that next single, half double in the treble, enclosing that chain 5 space as well, half double in the next treble, enclosing the next chain 5 space. Okay, so we have worked that repeat 2 times. We want to work it 10 more times for a total of 12, and I'll meet you at the center of the side. So after the 12 repeats, on the first part of this side, we will half double crochet in those next 3 stitches on top of that next girl, half double crochet in the treble, enclosing that chain, and then we want to half double crochet in the middle of these 3 treble, or in the middle stitch of those 3 trebles, half double crochet in this 3rd treble, including that chain space as well. And then we're ready to start our repeat with a half double crochet in the 3 and in each of those trebles, including the 2 chain 5 behind. So you will repeat that 12 more times, and I'll meet you before that corner. Now, as you've been working along, this is the back side view. We've enclosed those chain 5 spaces in those half double crochet, so you can see how they are included in our stitches and how it looks from the back to double check. So as you're working the end of this side, we'll have finished our 12 repeats. We will work those half double crochet in each of those next 3 stitches. Half double crochet in the next treble, enclosing that chain 5 space as well. Then we will half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, half double crochet, single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. We're going to single crochet in this next stitch, but we want to grab the back loop of the first chain stitch on the upper corner of the tower. So you go through that back loop, join into our stitch, and finish our single crochet. And then we'll place a single crochet in the last 2 stitches, 1 and 2. And then into that corner space, we will work a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And then we're ready to start working down the next side. So we'll single crochet in that first treble, and in the next one, and then on the next treble we want to include that back loop of the chain in the corner of the tower. So we insert in that loop first, then through the treble to finish our single crochet. We'll single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Half double crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And half double crochet in that next treble, enclosing that chain 5 as well. And then ready to work our repeats around. So you can go ahead and work the next few sides, and I will meet you back here at the end of this round. So when we have finished up our last side, we will join to that starting chain 1 that acts as our first single crochet of the round to finish off. So each side will have a total of 12 single crochet, 141 half double crochet for 153 stitches per side, with the chain 2 in the corner space. Round 85, using color K, will start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces with a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. We want to skip that first stitch, the hidden stitch, and then we will half double crochet in each of the next 152 stitches down the side. So just half double crochet in each stitch down the side. You'll have a total of 154 half double crochet on each side with the chain 2 corner space. If you use the stitch markers to mark the middle of your rows or your rounds, you can go ahead and remove them as well.